I caught my teacher selling my college recommendation letters to the highest bidder, so I sold hers to the school board instead. Mrs. Henderson was supposed to be my ticket to Yale. A P. English, 23 years of teaching, and a reputation for writing letters that got students into Ivy League schools. When she agreed to write my recommendation, I thought I'd won the lottery. That was before I discovered her side business. It started when I stayed late to discuss my essay. I was walking past her classroom when I heard her on the phone. Sarah's letter? That'll be 3,000. She's a strong candidate, 4.0 GPA, perfect SAT scores. The letter practically writes itself. I froze. Sarah was my best friend. Her parents had been bragging about Mrs. Henderson's glowing recommendation for weeks. The Chen boy? His parents already paid 5,000 for Harvard and Princeton letters. Premium package. My stomach dropped. David Chen's family owned the biggest restaurant chain in town. They could afford premium anything. I pressed closer to the door. What about the Williams girl? The voice on the phone asked. That one's tricky. She can't afford much, but she's got real potential. I'll write something decent for 500. Enough to get her into a state school. That was me. The Williams girl who couldn't afford much. For 2 weeks, I gathered evidence. I recorded phone calls from the hallway. I photographed parents slipping envelopes into Mrs. Henderson's desk drawer. I even followed her to coffee meetings where briefcases changed hands like some kind of academic drug deal. The worst part? She was actually a brilliant teacher. Her lessons were engaging, her feedback insightful. She just didn't think poor kids deserved the same shot at greatness. My breaking point came during parent-teacher conferences. I watched David's father slip Mrs. Henderson a thick envelope while discussing his son's unique qualifications. Then came Sarah's mom with her checkbook. Finally, my own mother arrived, empty-handed except for hope. I know you'll do right by her, Mom said. She's worked so hard. Mrs. Henderson smiled that practice smile. Of course, I believe every student deserves their best chance. Liar. That night, I compiled everything into a detailed report. Call recordings, photos of money exchanges, a spreadsheet tracking which students got premium letters versus budget versions. I cross-referenced acceptance rates with family income levels. The pattern was damning. Instead of confronting Mrs. Henderson, I sent the whole package to the school board with a simple note. I thought you should know how your teacher of the year really operates. The investigation took 3 weeks. Mrs. Henderson was called in on a Tuesday morning and escorted out by security that afternoon. Her computer was seized, her files confiscated. The local news picked up the story by Thursday. Beloved teacher caught in college admissions bribery scheme. But here's the twist. I wasn't done. See, Mrs. Henderson had been applying for a principal position at the district's flagship high school. Her recommendation letters from colleagues, parents, and former students painted her as an educational saint. Letters that would land her a $120,000 a year job with full benefits. I sent the school board her entire application packet, along with my evidence, with one addition, a letter of my own. Mrs. Henderson taught me that excellence should be accessible to everyone, regardless of economic status. She demonstrated this principle by ensuring her own downfall cost exactly what mine would have. Everything. She was blacklisted from every school district in the state. 6 months later, I got my acceptance letter to Yale. My new English teacher, fresh out of graduate school and passionate about equity, had written me a recommendation based purely on merit. Mrs. Henderson now works at a copy center, helping students format their college applications. Sometimes justice is perfectly ironic.